Greetings, Blake from the New American Media here. Just wanted to welcome everybody to 2017, coming off of one of the great years ever, at least in my opinion. 2016 saw quite a few events that I thought were pretty spectacular. You had Brexit. You had kind of the beginning of the end of globalism, maybe a rise of new nationalism. Countries running their own affairs rather than being run by some global elite oligarchy that acts like they have our best interests at heart, but probably doesn't. You're also seeing the fall of the mainstream media, which had a struggled mightily this year. In fact, Donald Trump looks like he's going to circumvent them a lot, which is pretty exciting. Speaking of Donald Trump, you had him beating the establishment, beating the mainstream media here as well. You're probably going to see a wave of nationalism going across the world, and that doesn't mean that we're all going to be at each other's throats or anything. We're all going to work together and be proud of our own countries and have a friendly competition rather than having some big group running us. So I think that's great, despite what they're trying to say about it. You can say what you want about Donald Trump. Maybe he's not ideal, but I think that we were far worse off with Hillary. I think that was a guaranteed failure. And if it wasn't for Donald Trump, we would have been stuck with the Hillary Clinton versus Jeb Bush or Marco Rubio, basically establishment winning no matter who you voted for. And that was going to be just more of the same. Donald Trump, I don't know what's going to happen, but I got to say I'm really optimistic and I'm excited about it. Another pretty awesome thing, even though I've given up on baseball years ago, I was a diehard Cub fan for 15 years, so I'm quite proud of them for pulling off the improbable and winning the World Series this year. That's pretty awesome. And now looking forward to 2017. I think we're in for another spectacular year. Really looking forward to see what Donald Trump is going to do. Especially in the first 100 days, and what's it's going to be interesting to see how this all happens. We haven't had a non-establishment president in quite a while. We could debate about Reagan, but overall, it's been a long time that the ruling structure has been in place. And so it's nice to see what's going to happen with a populist. Another thing is that I don't think you're going to see the cult behavior that we've seen in years past with people, the Republicans being with George Bush, Dick Cheney, that awful administration. You're not going to see the same thing happen with the Obama administration. People always blamed the Republicans or whatever. They never took responsibility. Obama could do no wrong. I think you're going to see a change in that. I think hopefully a lot of the people that would support Donald Trump are also care about America and are going to hold him accountable. We all need to do that so we can build a better future rather than all this constant right-left bickering. Also, one of the key things to focus on for 2017 will be the news and media and information, the wars going on, who's real, who's fake. Now, I tend to think the alternative media, independent media, is a lot more reliable because it's people trying to find answers on their own because the mainstream media has failed. I am one of those people that has chosen to get involved because of that, because I knew that they weren't being honest with us. They were dumbing us down. They were all corporate and worried about their sponsors and their access and having their power rather than actually bringing real information to the public and holding the people accountable. So it's going to be interesting. And one of the key stories, of course, is this Russian hacking story. This Russia's involved with everything, and it just shows you how dishonest this is. This story's been going on for 2 months now, and they still haven't shown any proof that Russia had anything to do with hacking the election or interfering it in any way. They've already done recounts. Julian Assange of WikiLeaks has said the sources didn't come from Russia, but you're still seeing this push. Now Obama has kicked out Russian diplomats out of the country like they had anything to do with it. Putin has taken the high road and said no, he's not going to kick out the American diplomats because this is ridiculous. There's this baseless, and it's a conspiracy theory, ironically, is what the mainstream media is pushing with this thing. Still, like I said, 2 months and no proof, and they're calling for sanctions. I mean, these people would probably push for war if they have to because they lost this election. The establishment is really panicking. So we're in for an interesting ride. I'm looking forward. So stay tuned. Brian and I with TNAM, we're going to try to push out a little bit more content this year. So going to be exciting. So again, stick around, stay tuned. Thank you. And that's it. So have a good one. We'll see you next time. Peace, love, out.